Okay. Now let's do your money line. Money line is a vertical line. It starts at the end of your headline. It goes up to the mercury finger. It's a very good line. Nice and solid. That area between the head and the heart line, that's about age, that's 20, 30, and half of 40. And then where that crosses the heart line, that's age 45. And then 50, 60, 70. I get two lines in your 20s and your 30s. And then I get one line in your 40s. Then it crosses over that heart line. Then I just get one line for the rest of your life. Okay, the section there, go right there below that mercury finger. And see where the flirt lines are, little tassels. Yours are fairly good. That means you interact well with people. And that section between the flirt lines and the ring around the mercury finger, that has your marriage and relationship lines and your children lines. So the children lines go vertical down from that ring around the mercury finger. I see two kids in there, maybe three. That number 3 is kind of a light line. Or it might mean that you get two girls and a boy. The boy lines are lighter because they have an XY DNA, and the women have an XX. It's a little stronger DNA. Okay, going up from the flirt lines to where that ring is around the mercury finger, you divide that section into thirds. First third is age 20, 30. The second third is age 40, 50, and the last third 60, 70, 80. Oh, I didn't mark how many marriages and relationships. Well, there's one of each. One marriage and one relationship line. Going up from the flirt lines, one relationship line prior to the marriage, and then you've got your marriage line. Oh, it's got a break in the middle. I didn't draw a break in that. I'm going to have to fix that. Okay, because what you had was, well, you see it on the side of your hand. You only read your right hand only. You don't read the left hand because sometimes they're different. The one marriage line has a little break in the middle because of the physical separation. But it's a good marriage, dark, and it's long. It's at least 40 years long. So, nice marriage in there. And that other one was that relationship line that was before the marriage. Go to the upper left-hand corner of your chart where it says achievement lines. These are the lines that come off the top of your lifeline. And they'll either point to that Jupiter finger or they'll go straight up. Now, if they're extra long, then I've circled it. That means they're an extra good achievement. Or if they're quite thick or if they got a lot of color to them, I've circled it because that's an extra good achievement. So, starting in between the thumb and the Jupiter finger at age 10, here's your achievement lines. Circled at 13, an extra good one. 14, circled at 20, 23, 27, 29, circled at 32, circled at 36, 42, 47, 49, circled at 50, 54, 57, 59, 63, circled at 65, 67, 68, 70, and circled at 74. Then I can't see them any longer when they get too far around there. Now, you should have received about 4 charts with your hand reading. And if you'll find your chart that says hand analysis chart, it's got the big hand on it. We're going to basically work off that, and then we'll bring the other charts in as we need them. First thing you need to know is the left hand is the past, the right hand is the present and the future. It does not matter what handed you are. The right is the present, the left is the past. Most of the work you do is on the right hand. The length of your fingers is your talents. Everyone has talents. No one gets cheated, so long fingers mean one thing, short fingers mean another thing. Nothing's good or bad. Jump down there to the lower right-hand corner of your chart where it says palm shapes. The palm shape is probably your most important talent of all. And yours is kind of rectangular, kind of squarish, athletic, and practical. Go to the upper right-hand corner of your chart, types of fingertips. This is your personality. Oh, yours are all rounded. Intuitive, quick, very compassionate. Should be in the health field. That's what I see on doctors and nurses. Okay, down to that thumb. Now remember, the length of your fingers are your talents, so nothing's good or bad. That's kind of a long finger. That means you will do well in life because you have good manual dexterity. You hold tools and instruments well, and you work well with your hands. Oh, look at this. This is the boss finger on your index finger. That's excellent. Nice and long. Let me explain these names on these fingers. Palmistry is about 2,000 or 3,000 years old, and they had gone through and they put names on all the fingers in different areas of the palm. And most of the names they used were either Greek gods or goddesses or astrological names. So that index finger is the Jupiter finger, the middle one is the Saturn, the ring finger is the Sun finger, sometimes called the Apollo finger, and the little finger is the Mercury finger. Then that section between the heart and the headline is called the Mars area, clear across the palm. And then one other important section is right below the thumb, that little fat pad below the thumb. That's called the Mount of Venus. Venus, goddess of love, because that shows your sexual libido. And it also tells you if you're drinking enough water. And you're a little bit dehydrated. You're getting a few little wrinkles in there. You want to see that little pad right underneath the thumb, just so fat that you can't even hardly pick the skin up in it. So drink more water, about 32 ounces a day. And that will puff right up underneath your thumb. Okay, Jupiter finger, index finger. Excellent. The boss finger, the manager, the teaching finger, political, leadership finger. And that middle finger is very, very good. That's very long. Good business sense. Oh, by the way, you've got beautiful hands. Good business sense. You know how to do business. That's an excellent finger. That's going to be good when you get out of the service. And the ring finger is very good also. Creative, imaginative, inventive. And then that little finger is a little bit short. That needs to come up to that ring around the base of that top joint on the sun finger. Short, hands-on person, very active. Sitting at a desk is not your favorite thing to do. Let me see. You didn't say what you did in the military, so I can't tell if you're a desk person or not. Okay, your heart line. Two things you read in this. You read the shape of the line, and then you read if it's got markings on that line. So it starts in between your Jupiter and your Saturn finger. It comes down, goes off to the side of the palm where the flirt lines are. Curved line, loving and caring. And then you've got a little slight heart health stress in there. Okay, yeah, when that's curved like that, that's a really nice sign in your hand. That heart line. You got some slight heart health. Look up in there in the upper left-hand corner of your chart where it says lines of energy. Run your finger down where it says islands, ISLANDS. That's a break in the energy of the line. If you see any of those little ovals or circles or little triangle-y things, and you got a couple of them on that heart line, that's because you're out of place in your spine, in a strange place too. So it's a slight heart health stress, but it's hitting right where your heart nerves are. Go across there underneath that Jupiter finger and see that you'll see a little fat mount right below your Jupiter finger. It's your sixth sense or your intuition. Here's how that works. If you got a problem to solve, just clear your mind completely and let it go blank for about 30 minutes. And then when you come back to solve the problem, you'll probably have it already solved because your sixth sense or your intuition has kicked in and helped you solve the problem. Because that's a very good, nice little mount right there. But you got an X on it too. That means you're slightly psychic. So pay attention to that little not everybody has that little X on that sixth sense area. That intensifies that sixth sense. Now, on your left hand only, this is who your guardian angel is. It's someone that you have bonded to that has passed away. Someone like your grandparents, your aunties, uncles, your parents, your siblings, old boyfriends, old girlfriends, who have passed away and they have become a guardian angel to you. So here's the age you were when they passed away. And that's in purple. Oh, and then it makes a little tiny line that goes across those two lines. You've got, starting on that lifeline, that starts about 10 in between your thumb and your Jupiter finger. And about every eighth of an inch is about a year. About every half an inch is about 7 to 8 years. So, this is who your guardian angel is. You might have to do a little math for this. This is the age you were when they passed. At age 15, at age 17, and age 20. Now that's on your left hand. Now on your right hand only, this is a visit from a guardian angel. And this could happen if you've been really sick, or if you've had an accident, or if you got hurt. And, oh, I can't read that, you know, when you got hurt when you was, what did you say, 9 years old? Oh, when you're a preteen. That's around the back of your hand, so I couldn't read that. But this is when you either gotten hurt, or you're in distress, or you've been really sick, or if someone passes away, one of your loved ones has passed away, very often their spirit leaves their body, and then it'll go and check on it, all its loved ones, before it goes off into the light. And that's the person that has passed away. Their spirit does that, so it makes a little visit from a guardian angel line. Oh, how many of those did you have? Oh, one. Oh, you only had one that matches. So, here is the age you were when you had a little visit from a guardian angel. At age 12, at 19, at 20, which is when you had someone pass away, 26, and 29. Wow, that was just last year, wasn't it? Okay, down to the headline. That headline starts between the thumb and the Jupiter finger, goes across your palm. Straight across your palm it goes, the smarter you are. And then that's going to show if you've got any problems in the spine at all. And by the way, you're fairly intelligent. That goes right across. It dips at the end a little bit, but it's a little bit of a depression line. You'll understand that in a minute. I'm not just a palm reader. I've got a master's degree in health education. And I'm an old school teacher, and I was getting my master's degree when I was in my 40s and college, and I started reading these palmistry books, and they told so much health stuff I couldn't believe it. Then I found this old book written by a medical doctor, Dr. Eugene Scheiman, and he told how you could see the spine, the health of the spine in your hand, right along that head and spine line. Most of your palmistry books just say headline, but it shows your spine. And if you're out of place in that spine, it'll show us those little islands. You know, the little ovals or the triangle-y things or the little circles. So wherever I've got that marked in red, that's out of place. Find your chart that says understanding your cervical spine. Let me see if that's what it says. Yes. And look down at the bottom of that. It's got a picture of a vertebrae at the bottom. And see, the vertebrae is the bony process that surrounds the spinal cord. And see the two little nerves that come off of each side of each one of those little vertebrae. And those nerves go out into the body and they run your body. They intermesh with the muscles and go out into your head, your arms, your legs, your heart, your spleen, your liver, your colon. And then they end up in your hands and your feet. So it's going to show if those vertebrae are turned out of place, they'll pinch those nerves where they turn, and the little pain signal goes zit, 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 and it intermeshes with the muscles. Muscle gets a muscle spasm, and then it holds those vertebrae out of place. And boy, you're out of place in that spine, right in between your shoulder blades. Our last line is the fate line. Look down in your lower right-hand corner in green. Fate line equals your career and your lifestyle. Now, anytime that line breaks, that's a change in one or the other. Generally, it's a change in both of them. So here, sometimes you'll just get a little fork off that line. That's a minor change. But if it actually breaks, that's a change, kind of a major change. That line starts two places. It starts at the outside of your hand. You're very sociable, and you got to have your friends and family around you all the time. If it starts down the middle of your hand, you're private, and you have to have a little private space. And yours is private. Yours goes down the middle of your palm there. Starts at age 20 at the base of the palm. So here's your changes in your fate line. Lower right hand corner. Age 22, 27, that had a little break in it there. 29 had a little break. And then 32 to 40. There's two lines. That means two jobs at the same time. Ooh, that could be a hobby and a job. It could be a family and a job. It could be almost anything. Could be two income producing jobs. And then that headline, and then that fate line crosses the headline at age 40. So age 40 to 50, there's just one line, goes up to it crosses the heart line at age 50. One line up to 50, and then there's a change at 50. It kind of moves over, but then it's still one line. Then at age 60, you got a change. So 60 to 71, I get two lines. That means two jobs again. And then age 70 to 80, it just changes to one line. Then see the little asterisk there? Go over to the middle of the page. The little green asterisk says the fate line goes to the left of the Saturn finger. That means the spine has been jammed. Or it could be that, when you hurt your spine when you was a kid. But generally when it's been jammed, when it goes to the left of that Saturn finger. So there's only one line from 70 to 80, and at 80, that's where that line is, at the base of the Saturn finger. Then that line goes up to age 89. You're going to live till you're 89 years old. Wooey. Whether you want to or not. Oh, hey, you got a lucky sign. You got a couple of them. I think it's in that lifeline. It's a little triangle mark, and it's a positive time in your life. It's just a lucky time. At age 32 to 35, and then you've got another one at 37 to 40. They're usually about 3 years long. I don't know why.